The PR system. The PR system. Atayabo. The commissioner say, the PR system go benefit every Sierra Leonean. Now the two things they will happen inside salon. The nuts come floor price and the PR system. If you not be don't listen, let us listen to the commissioner what he tell BBC. But the PR system. Yeah? Let us listen.
For us to do boundary delimitation as an electoral body on the basis of minimum 5 years or 7 years maximum. And the conditions for the boundary delimitation has to be aligned with population. So as a result of the midterm census that was conducted and the result released this year, and given that the boundary delimitation that was done for the 2018 election expired on February this year.
No, wait first, but I think let's start all over, yeah? Sorry, let's start on.
Just shake up in the way politicians are elected. They've announced that next year's parliamentary election will be held under a proportional representation system rather than one where each constituency chooses its own member of parliament. Under proportional representation, lists of candidates are divided based on the percentage of votes for each political party. Sierra Leone's constitution allows for either system to be used, but opposition parties are not happy with this move, claiming that it will benefit the current ruling party. So what is the reason behind it? I've been speaking to Chief Election Commissioner Mohamed Kenewi Kone.
Now that we have received the directive from the president as a commission, we have to engage with stakeholders, we have to engage with political parties.
He said they don't receive directive from the president. Yes, President Bio don't give them the directive for use the PR system. Okay, I'll listen fine.
So that we can come up with a formula that will be fair and that will be inclusive.
So why were you directed by the president to change what has worked in the last few years?
The Constitution under 38 provides for us to do boundary delimitation as an electoral body on the basis of minimum 5 years or 7 years maximum. And the conditions for the boundary delimitation has to be aligned with population. So as a result of the midterm census that was conducted and the result released this year, and given that the boundary delimitation that was done for the 2018 election expired on February this year, as a commission, we decided to review the boundaries of constituencies. So in August this year, we make proclamation indicating our intention to do boundary delimitation. We had started the process. We had formed a committee. We had planned to do community engagement, stakeholders engagement, because these are all parts of the process of doing boundary delimitation. But then we had a problem August 10, which prevented us from having these meetings, and then it coincided with the voter registration.
So, according to the commissioner, what to make the boundary limitation not they happen again? He said at the August 10. The August 10 riots, so they not be able for get meeting and other things them. Then the voter registration come on board. People then they go and talk say no, now because waiting the census been pulled and waiting the registration pool are two different things. That's what people are saying.
So having looked at the timeline for us to complete the boundary delimitation, to be ready to be included in the voter register, to meet the requirements of 6 months that we cannot change anything on the voter register before the election, we had advised that we cannot complete the boundary delimitation exercises, and we advised the president to consider the Section 38A, which provides that where we cannot have boundary delimitations, he can direct the Electoral Commission to conduct the election using the proportional representation, using the district block system.
So now them, it talk and say now then tell the president for say, well, if we're not able for go ahead with this boundary delimitation, well, you got the other one, no, the district block system by the proportional representation. He said that then tell the president for consider that. And Mr. President self consider. And that's what we're gonna be using in the 2023 election.
So we're only looking down a few months till the elections next year in June 2023. Who does this change benefit, Mr. Kone?
I think it will benefit the population. It will benefit everybody, not necessarily even the political parties.
It will benefit, but before he talk like it will benefit, if you hear him say, I think, in things say, it go benefit all man. This particular PR system. But if you hear him before, he said then they try for fine tune them so that everybody go benefit. Then they try for fine tune them. Okay.
If we benefit the Sierra Leoneans, because one thing we have learned over the years, even during the constituency-based election, the by-elections have always been followed with lots of controversy, acronyms, and all of that. So we think the proportional representation will benefit, it will encourage inclusivity and unity of the country at the end of the day.
But the opposition has actually, they've been reacting angrily to this, saying that it will only benefit the ruling party, yet you are saying that it will benefit all Sierra Leoneans.
What I'm saying, let's look at the 2018 election. Just consider the percentage of votes acquired by the various political parties using the constituency-based first past the post. If we had done the proportional representation in 2018, you will realize that all political parties will be represented in parliament across the country, every region. So therefore, using the proportional representation, at the end of the day, your vote you acquire as a political party will earn you a seat in parliament from wherever region, as long as you meet the requirement, the proportional threshold at the end of the day.
Well, this night the commissioner in the talk on the aspect where in the lookam say political party then don't go be represented. But what about we the people where now we for choose other for represent we? Because the way it is, now the political party then now they get for choose. Eh? Now they get for choose. Oh. Okay.
Give you a seat.
Sierra Leone's Chief Election Commissioner Mohamed Kenui Kone. Now let's get some more context to this announcement from our reporter in Freetown, Umaru Fofana. Good evening, Umaru. Now many listeners may be confused to hear that Sierra Leone's constitution allows for two types of election system. Why is that the case?
Hi, Vic. Well, it all dates back to the war years in 1996, when the country was preparing to bring about democratic governance. The military junta then established an electoral commission, and the war was raging. Certain areas of the country, in fact, many parts of the country were inaccessible. So as a result, they brought about the PR system.
Yeah, how the PR system became to pass, eh? Now, Salon. Okay. Now, during the war, Umar Fofana, they explain.
Whereby they used the whole of Sierra Leone as a single constituency, in which case the parties had to bring up the list of their candidates to go to parliament, and the percentage nationwide would go to the party by way of the number of seats they would get in parliament. That was largely because some of those areas were inaccessible. But then the country's constitution was suspended. So when eventually the democratic election happened and the new government came into force, the subsequent years, Parliament allowed for that system as an alternative electoral system, which is why you have both the systems in the country's constitution.
Now, as you said, it started in 1996, and that's many years ago. And there'll be so many young Sierra Leoneans who would not have been alive at that time when it was introduced. But overall, how have people reacted to this announcement?
Well, exactly, because the country's population is mostly young. A lot of the people here now were not aware of this PR system when it first happened in 96, and then in 2008 when they had the district block system for the first time here. So I, for example, personally, I've had so many questions being asked by people, members of the public, what is this about? What is this about? And that probably informs the reaction. The ruling party says that it is good for national cohesion, and they've been sounding very nostalgic about what happened here in 1996 and 2002. But then the opposition are saying, no, it is not. They say it's like a gimmick. And shortly after the announcement, I spoke to one of the representatives of the main opposition APC party for his reaction. His name is Sidi Yaya Tunis.
It is shocking, but not surprising. And we are of the view that the president was ill-advised. Preconditions necessary for the implementation of the district block system as stipulated in the 1991 Constitution. And as a political party, we will have to meet and we will explore all remedies available to us legally for us to challenge this and where necessary to stop this implementation of the PR system as announced by the Chief Electoral Commissioner.
Are you suggesting a breach of any provision of the country's laws?
Well, we are suggesting controversies in implementing the laws as stated in the Constitution of our country. And that is why we said we believe the president was ill-advised.
That was Sidi Yaya Tunis of the opposition APC party. Umaru, why has this process of the census and amending the constituencies been so problematic that it couldn't have happened before the election, as the Election Commission had said in that clip we had earlier?
Now, the ruling party, the CLM People's Party, when they were in the opposition, which was the last time the population and housing census was conducted, they alleged that the population census then was not really kosher. The figures they faulted, and then so when they came into power, they conducted a midterm census, which the statistics officer said was to correct some of the demographic problems they said they had been confronted with or they had noticed. And then the APC party, which is now the main opposition party, who were in power at the time, are now saying that the government wants to use this as a way of gerrymandering, creating more boundaries and more seats in parliament with the view for them winning. The same allegation which the SLP made against the APC when the APC were in power. So now we are not sure whether the Electoral Commission, and that question was asked of the Electoral Commissioner today, we are not sure which data is going to be used to determine the number of seats per district, whether it's going to be the midterm census figures or whether it's going to be the existing figures under the current boundaries that we have in constituency. So many things to talk about in the coming days and weeks.
Many things to talk about in the coming days and weeks. Because even with this PR system, which data then go use? We don't know. Which data? We dey wait. We dey wait. Nayana Salon. I dey come to this way. We all like. I wait we get. All right. Welcome on board, Alpha. Your summary for the week, sir.
Yeah, Tripoli, thanks for bringing me back on board this wonderful one-pot show and the summary of the week. I want to say good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to all listeners all over the world. I get about 3 points for talk on the data increase and then the PR system. And also I will try for round them up with my own recommendation. Yeah, the very first point I want to make now with the data increase. Certain time then we can say the president no know nothing, but I think me want for confirm am na this station say on this platform say 90 to 95% of the things that would happen at the country, the president is well aware of them. I know they say all, but most major things then when they happen. Me, the tell what they say alone, I think I could remember during the APC term. One time where they argue bitter one say, "Bo, president in this country, then they can't hear they happen, XYZ they happen, in a talk." I said this in a way, no. Somebody confirm when I'm advisor to the president by then, when I'm the former APC leader. He said the president is aware of the NTR what they happen. I said, what? So for this way they happen, the NTR already go on so that we can't if somebody tell you say the president not get idea, I'm afraid I beg for differ. Okay, so now come back to this data increase. It's sad because, like I say, are these MDs, ministry, department, and agency, are they formed or are they there to help the president achieving goal or not? You will ask the question, say somebody for be sacked. In fact, not to somebody for be sacked, but the reason we make a say not to somebody for be sacked, they not go sack nobody because then people are waiting a position where they get where they don't did that position there. It's not by their qualification, it's by their connection to political parties. Na Salono Momido, I don't know about other side them, but Sierra Leone, most of them major offices, MDs, them, if only you lead them. If you are not connected to political party within a power or we win election, you're not a goodie. If you want to get all the paper then at the wall where you want, you're not a goodie. Even if you go there, they will control you the way they want you. No, how they want and for it be not to you. In fact, you cannot operate freely. It's sad for Sierra Leone Triple A. So for me, I ask this question: is it the MDA they help the president for achieving goal or not for destroy him? Because all NCR where they happen, so is he giving good name to the president? No, it's not giving any good name and not only briefcase for any political party, but this one not the paint good picture of the president. The person, the spokesman, they clearly they deny things them. And when you go back, look at the press release. Why could he say they should put on all the increment? And then in the first interview, you say they're not add anything. It really, really, really sad for Sierra Leone. Every order they will know say tell God thank you. Even if it happen in other parts of the country world, it not happen at Sierra Leone. All the time we want for compare bad with other people. Look at the statement where the man they say, now we get one of the lowest. A good way say one off. Yeah, because and data within this data now we country. There are other countries will get low data rates too. But then quality, whether the quality of the internet could be compared to us? No. They know that they at all for help this government achieve a goal. Now just for great things, no more let them pockets then as well. Now more that they fetch QCell say, you not remind the mobile company they say, look, on a reduce so, but will they put floor price? Anybody will sell below a floor price with the all accountable. So if somebody want for make communication cheaper for we country for Sierra Leone, enough for sell below that price, then why? Is that good thing for we country? So that does show say only those companies the way they now they want for maintain and whether they help them now the same NATCOM. So if any other person want for go internet or mobile service na Sierra Leone we want make am cheaper for the people them, this particular law where they pass na parliament, either they come back for the parliamentarians them. When they pass na parliament, go all that company they say, look, go come put to a price low past this. So is it good for we country? No. We set a standard where it high for we country that we want for maintain them. And the most deplorable, unfortunate thing, Parliament of all they pass their lawyer, then sign them, don't tolerate them bill, I don't turn law now. So even if somebody they out here now say, well, I want for go make a mobile service or internet service cheaper for Sierra Leonean people, you can't go below these guys where they don't set. Is it good? Is that a healthy competition? No. We really, I don't, sometimes it can pain me. We'll never copy good things in other countries, all for negative things. You go set floor price. Did they inform the general public about floor price? Did the parliamentarians, and before they sign this bill, let me go discuss and then constituencies them? No. They just sign, boom, boom, boom. Then see now holiday time, but let them slow sign, all man go enjoy. At the end of the day, all that they suffer. Now we same people and they suffer. This is why you're not a party business, so not a politics business. Now we same people, because when you check them, SLPP member, then they buy their data, the APC member, they buy all Sierra Leoneans where they inside the country, they go buy their data. At the end of the day, the quality of the data is so poor. Now make the lady me they ask and say, improving on the data, they answer that though, instead it gets the other way answer her. I know, just like when they say Tripoli, I don't know if them people here really get conscience. Where have we got it wrong in Sierra Leone? Is it the leadership or what? Is it those in the MDS, it's really, really painful. We not create where we go get a price way cheaper than this one. Instead, we they remind the NATCOM, they remind the mobile services them. Say, oh, we are not for go below this price. Is it not them that for advocate for the people and say no, it's una put and long let people able forget data. Go Nigeria, go other parts of Africa. Let's see what the internet don't do for young ones them. We not get job. All them comedians, the world they see on YouTube, you know what? And they make in Nigeria. You know what? Then they make because then get access to data. You know that's expensive for them. But when we talk, you know, we would. Hey God, what do we do? We dey force the company there for put the price. Let them not go down past that one day. Is that a good thing? It's really, really sad, Tripoli. It's really, really sad. I say no wonder this way QCell starts. Then first QCell all kind way. Edmond Abu Jr. still then a court with them with a mobile company there. Take today the parliament justice system not able for cost the case. So sad. And not go fight for your own pocket too. Edmond not sue the mobile company there for your own pocket too. He sue them on behalf of Sierra Leone. A whole system na Sierra Leone, a whole court system not able for decide the case almost here now. What do we do? What do we do? The leaders they are. Sometimes when I listen, you know, people kids, even at my workplace, they say you too like Sierra Leone news. I say because that's where I came from. But anytime you tune in, you don't get one thing where you go to say, oh God, waiting to go on again. It's too sad, Tripoli. They don't force the mobile company them for put down the price at all. Instead, they say them for reach at that peak day. The guy back they lie with confidence, impunity. If you know say they not me add the cost, why then you go put press release? Let them hold down the. I go to my next point, Tripoli, because they paid me too much. And they talk about this PR system. You see, this kind of that's what they say. The honesty, I know they are Sierra Leone. We leaders, you know, I wonder what's in good if then they go church and mock, what's then they preach to them, what's then they teach them. See the ECSL boss, they say they're not able for conduct a boundary delimitation. Okay, accepted if they're not able for conduct, and then which data on are they use? Which sense? We statistic don't do census 2021 or so. Then when I get the old one, which one I want to use? If when I get standard, why not use this number? Then therefore do the boundary delimitation. Is it not all ploy? It's a calculated ploy. Why they not use the number? Then therefore do them. If they say this recent census where they use where they do the no one for use that data, they want to make they do census for. And the other question when me go get for ask Tripoli, you know, me when people they give the spear when they ask them question and they follow line by line. The first thing what I get is say they don't demolish all constituency because constituency system not there again. But the question where they not, you know, I feel I'm there for ask them. Then why do we have parliamentarians right now? If you say they don't demolish all the time for constituency when they set up the delimitation don't expire, then why are we then having representative na parliament? They too should be gone by now. If the delimitation where then gets don't expire, then it means our parliamentarians' time has been expired. It's a very clear logic. You don't need rocket science to interpret this one. If you say the boundary delimitation, if it take 5 years to 7 years, and by then if it don't expire, then it means the people are where the parliamentarians they don't where they represent right now, not get anybody where they represent them because the boundary delimitation where differentiates them don't expire. So it means the parliamentarians too should be expired. Therefore, don't pull them come out right now. So there should be no parliament running by now. It's a simple English. But I don't know. I really don't know what's in the go on in Sierra Leone. I don't know what people want. Is he curious? I don't know. A very, very simple English. Yeah, if you don't advise the president, una don't advise and say una not get time, then una first of all pull all parliamentarians because they are not representing people anymore. Yeah, because the thing where differentiate them when I the constituency, the limitation or whatever, una say it don't expire, then it means honorable this so you are not honorable anymore. You are not representing one constituency anymore. There is no constituency. So what are they doing in parliament? Where are they still debating or discussing things that related to the country? Salon is really, really sad. The next point I want for make Tripoli, when they ask the ECSL boss, he say, I think say. Anybody where they give definition or where he say, I think, he's not cocksure. He's not like, this is not 100% fact that if we use the PR system, proportional representative system, that will bring cohesion. It will bring all the things the way people they say. I will go back to Julius Spencer. I could remember when they bring them debates then they instead where they talk, well, this, but this will not will not show. You know, you are not certain. I can always say this. In Sierra Leone, the leader, the president has a lot of role for play when you don't win power. Now you open hand to opposition. No matter how you look at things, if you not open hand to opposition, go bring the best system we can. Look, if the president, the ruling government, not open hand to the remaining opposition parties, when I go bring whatever system, it's not going to hold. So it's going down again to the, there was a reason why this PR system was used. Do we still have that reason? No. We still don't have, you can access every area in Sierra Leone right now. Then why then the next they say they're not able to conduct boundary delimitation? Do they need data? Do they need census for go on? They don't conduct census already. So what is where is the delay, or what's the problem? What make them not able for do one? Is it time frame? How long does it take for make them do that one day? Tripoli, there are lots. For me, for this week, I just pray that this new week where they come, we will continue for really good news, and we will pray that things will continue for better for we Mama Sierra Leone. Because now one great Mama Sierra Leone, we get and I make them they call we Sierra Leoneans. Let God continue for bless everyone where they put Sierra Leone first other than political party and themselves. God bless you, sir.
God bless you too. Thank you very much, Alpha. Let us come with Tony. Let we hear waiting in get for we today. Welcome on board, Tony. You summary for the week.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks for having me. Could share a couple of them. As usual, today and Saturday, everything go. The first time I want to start with, now it's health. Of recent times, for the past 5 years or 10 years, we always cry. We cry because most times when you go on social media, especially Facebook, you see RIP. I just want to give 2 instances where these are 2 people that were very, very, very close to me. This one, they sick, na salon, they sick. They may go on baby where they keep. Then I say, hey, that lady where me they keep where on left. Then I don't go do one because I don't go keep one baby na Aberdeen. All man they talking on this guy they sick. They don't go to an hospital. From hospital now, somebody decides, let them come go Ghana. A family decides for say, okay, let them come go Ghana. Imagine sick when don't work out with that guy. They don't say, hey, na do them do harm. Na that baby where me they keep. They say na that lady they don't do harm. Then this the guy go Ghana. He don't come. He don't well. Then just go diagnose, which they call the waiting they do harm. He getting right medication and everything. He spend over 1 month in Ghana. He don't can salon. He okay. Possibly even hospital, all kind of hospital and salon don't work out with him. The other one again, a titi go pull. Listen to one. Go pull 2 teeth. Imagine this is a belly woman. Then go pull the down one. Then go pull the up one. Then your teeth them. They don't even know say you don't get infection. You come out salon, you judge the swell, you go hospital, And the person will do the will extract the tooth. Now somebody when a well professional in Sierra Leone, them guy we don't do it for a very long time. Oh, they say they were seasoned doctors, they were seasoned dentists. Them. Now when you reach in America, and they cannot say you get infection. You understand? We they get for the now we take for do so. Now so for don't they die, they say when a teacher man go pull that in a pass the pass off in the office. So what you make I build all this premise. Now for let we know how we system in a salon where people then they sick then they die quick we say na kill them now do them then do them. A lot of people that where they sick now we can't through they die plenty not to do them that because we not get the right diagnostic things them or we not get the right or people that have been wrongly diagnosed quick we don't say hey na country sick or now do them do them instead of letting them get the right medication. Then go the pass defend medicine. What you mean they try for say the point I'm trying to say is with government or people that will get the upper hand or everything really need for invest in the health sector in salon. It's a gray area. And the area they and not just for saying seasonal. People then they sick every day. Right around the clock in a market. I feel say if the government or people that want for bill proper, revenue stream or area where they go no see the government money, we not for ignore that area there. Government, we all me glad when I talk say the money when they collect from corrupt APC politicians, them when I go invest them for build a standard hospital or diagnostic center where people then go and then go get the right treatment or then go be diagnosed and know exactly what in the right thing where they do them. We people then they die. And for Boko of them deaths, then we can able to avoid those deaths. We can able to avoid them. If person die, not to probability say they come back tomorrow. No. Now just faith they make you believe say we go see on the other side. Now just faith. Nobody not don't talk say, oh, I see this person. Or we don't see. Now just faith. So if we can able to avoid them situations, then we see them country how we day. How then they take health care. That's a two way they play with. That's a two way they play with. So we they beg, even the one that when are the so-called authority, then when they rule with people, when they're sick, they self don't rely on the system. They don't believe the system. Before that, then they fly overseas for good medical condition, just because they don't say the one way they provide in a salon is substandard or up to the mark. So how they beg. Then when they before I know see them they build hospital at 34, they say the first lady I say and they say first lady they build hospital. Yes, that's a good thing. We gladly. But let's have system put in place with hospital, especially commerce when at government hospital. If private people they want to invest in them, yes, that they choice for invest. But let us have government hospital. We forget all the standards today. Take picking put an aside the fair vitamin C or whatever, or vitamin D, and not fixing at the right approach one day. We get for really. Me now one person we're glad when they bring up doctor at the Demby. So okay, they don't come out abroad, you don't get that international exposure, you go able for bring a lot of innovation, a lot of insights, and see how best they can make them really treat healthcare in that country with seriousness. Just the kind they put seriousness on education, they try to put seriousness on power. Let them use the same energy, the same strength, that same mindset, and able to invest in healthcare. People in the way, if people do not get the upper hand for let them go Ghana or for let this person come to America, that's why for don't die in a salon for nothing. And people then go there and they say, oh, now that guy friend I killer. Oh, now that so I killer. You understand? Quick, we don't feel say anybody will die now pass off because of this or this, because of that. We begin build scenarios or begin build situations. No. A lot of them deaths the way they happen in our country. Now deaths the way can be avoided. You understand? Cancer data, what we all they grumble about. I'm not surprised. Abraham, the international gateway for salon force, where you go say down there now one revenue stream for them beef or for them help. If now that revenue they sell for them they get from that international gateway, then use that money there for develop Sierra-Tel. Sierra-Tel for them be one of the most successful companies or agencies in that country. Because imagine how much government workers that we get. If government say all government officials or government functionaries from number one to the last man, they use CRHL. Tell me if CRHL not go make money. Tell me. But we want people and they promote all this flop price and this and that, not to the interest of NRA alone. No, they're trying to protect the big players. If me and a new company, I'm coming to a market where already don't form. How will I succeed in a market? It's just price war. And because I'm not saying there's particular niche of the market, everybody gets a niche where they fight for. When we get sell in those days, people that they buy SIM. $40, $50, $60. Chromium and AfriCell then come. They're not selling SIM $40, $50. No. They begin selling SIM 10,000 euros. They begin selling SIM almost. We all know the history. Then give other people that for make some even their phone and another SIM. They begin by Chromium. They begin by that. Say competition come. Competition is very nice and healthy. My country because they bring standards, they bring quality, they bring choice. If another money for use Orange, other money for use QCell, let's make a use QCell now. Send me money fits that they are for it. It give imagine more business, it give opportunity to their new company, infant industry, then small company they know they can for make them favorable for penetrate the market. If you can't a market, you not get all the resources. You meet all these two players like AfriCell and Orange. They already don't take the market. How you want like QCell or how you want like any other company can now? We not get that might or we not get that resources or not get the structure already. So because you got for take time for make a company can don't then that got for able first time to companies. But we see. I'm not just one for waiting because we see the governments who that in the support. They all this way that they do so it's not protecting them. They're not to the interest of the people because they try to protect one particular company. One particular company you see. They even they support that company, they left government should. Government say that they die. Then when they in authority way for say this now we own. In fact, the copy line is now we own. They left and they neglect her. Before they go take a loan under the institution in name, well you don't even know what they do with the money. So when they stay away and they train and that's politics. It's all politics, all they say this money, all this flop price, it's useless. I want to go there and try and error all the time. This is how the try and error they happen. When I know they sit down on a reason, when I look at the things, the pros and the cons, you look the advantage and look at the disadvantage, see how we would not go for stabilize, how we not going for increase revenue, how we not going for the other areas than they. Other things than they when they for put attention back. When I left the few companies and when they were when I for suffocate say. At the detriment of the poor people than when they use the telecom. I mean, it's really sad. It's really, really sad. But sometimes, you know, when you talk, you understand. I mean, they say we go for come all the time and point out the pitfalls or the areas the way they know they do well. But at least areas the way when they do well, we go talk. Me and one person, no, I don't want they do good. I go come out and say this is nice. At least there's work in progress, or there's way. We can improve around it. But areas the one I don't say these are very important key areas. Key important areas. Because that's what we say we go for the go big. We have everything. Everything that we need for make we country 8 million population become very lively, get job. Everybody feel happy. Everybody feel like things are happening. You see that kind of environment where everybody get job. I mean, if not 100%, but at least you see say majority get work, then they go do their work, then they come in this healthy environment, school, then they go on good medical condition, lights. These are what the people need. The people don't need too much. The people just need the basic that can just take them to the next day. That's not the people they need. People don't even know about politics. It's because all these things are lacking. All these basic things where people they want. You know, they make people they focus on politics. People they talk about politics because you cannot talk about those things where people need without mentioning about politics or without mentioning APC or SLPP. Because these are the people who don't deprive the people all these years. If people they talk about those things when all they cry for every day, now because of these two political parties who don't always to ransom from 1961 not provide those things. So it's not about people want for particular, we want for Kaya, me want for Kaya and talk about political parties. No. But we're just asking for the basic. We have all what it takes For make we build with institutions them, now we build proper structure in that country. The healthcare. People look the amount of people the amount of foreign exchange where they inject inside Ghana just for medical. We they cry for dollar, we not get. We okay the bank governor they sell Boku dollar, they give out dollar. Great institution where another institution they bring dollar into Sierra Leone. Where people then they count dollar. But so we for do now that thing they do. Forget about gold and diamonds. Concentrate in building it from small structures they won't get. See if money no go can, see if Sierra Leone and the way they live in the diaspora. If the basic things the way they look for, see if Sierra Leone and the diaspora no go get and go invest. When you go invest, they know they go to Leone, they go to foreign exchange. So foreign exchange they come in in circulation in the system. So let them just create that kind of things, the environment. Let people ask for the basic things. Just the basic. What's another day, living lights that go and come like Christmas bulb. It's frustrating. Hospital the way they think they just like government hospital there. Wait for be standardized. Wait for get everything. If I sick, I get confidence say I get man go there and give me injection. I'm not there for ask what kind of injection they give me if it expire or not expire. These are just the basic way people then we don't talk about the politics or whoever or PR system or not PR because now themselves nobody then enrich. If PR or not PR, what will that be the benefit? You want what they use right now, what are the benefits? You're not able to not get time, say, but could not get time for go talk to the people. Something they talk about PR, whatever way they want for use. If they want for use anyone self now then business. We they talk about the basic thing, then me they concern about whatever system of election they want to let them do it. But we they talk about the basic thing what people need. Now more important than paramount. Because in the current system, almost honorable they go. So imagine you can put a system where in the political party they pick. It's not going even just worse because now whether you ask question, you know there's nobody for ask question, you know they're honorable for ask question because that's on our pointer. That's on our pointer. You see, so all the whole thing where they happen at that country is just frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. That's my take, but let them areas then they be man. You go come and look mosquito away park. If I lie, let somebody go there tomorrow. Look the dustbin near there. You go inside the hospital, go inside the hospital. Now say you see the bolo. One not hospital, one not government hospital, one on the years. Government hospital. It's crazy. I'm take down there, bro.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Wait, Tony, be the talk. Two things come into mind. Experience where I get in a salon. And the medical field. One, I tell God thank you for my life today. Growing up in Sierra Leone, it was not an easy one. This happened at my 91. We go sleep. The bobo then gets excited and lights a generator inside the house. We lost one person. But at that time, God be help me. My room do not being locked tight. But still yet, you know, say the fume, it be go inside the room, so I become unconscious. The one them will be in a pala. The one person will be the sleep in will be lost some. May soul rest in peace. I found myself in a hospital in my 91. This is long years, over 30 years ago. I found myself in a hospital in my 91 as a conscious soul. I think they try to give me injection at the canto. I gain consciousness. Like, even though you're not here, you're not there, the first thing where I hold the person and I could remember, and where I can't tell them begin laugh, I asked the person, say, what you want put for me? Because at that time, growing up, I be get the only doctor where I go to. When I no more, they take care of me. No, they go, and then other no. So I hold them. They say, oh, no, not the hip, not this, and that. I say, no, so I pull the needle. Even in my unconscious self. So even after everything, when I don't come to them, begin make fun like, you not conscious, so like, you are not here, but you they ask them question, yeah. Even with my unconscious self. I they ask what thing they want to put for me. Who say you pull the needle? Because of the way how Salon be don't turn like for we. Yeah. Another time, I was like, okay, maybe people that were connected to the power grid, something then go able to do them. But this is something I tried, but it never worked. You know, say, then still they throw away syringe and drip bottle and gauze and all that thing then behind Connaught Hospital. I see that as an opportunity to open a business. That was during the past administration. But the business never happened. Not business side alone, but also for get rid of those kind of stuff that are not supposed to be in the neighborhood. Go behind it. But kutin the way go fendi. Even a cottage, go behind it. But kutin way go fendi. It's in the way not for Didi. Eh? Simple one. Go meet them, sell them the idea. We will get all the bean them for put on a use needles. All waiting una they use way una no say enough for use. We enough for girl come in contact with other people. We get we bean. We they collect twice every day. In a hook. And you see some member go there, people get mind the visit and they go hook in a salon. But why not for hook so? No, seriously, why not for hook? At that time, we target to be the main government hospital them. We believe say if them be don't buy the idea, then we don't say the private hospital then go follow. But ask ba, who side and kin to needle le? Who side? We then get surgery. Who side and kin care waiting them pull, waiting them not pull? Eh? God help us. Welcome on board, friend. Your summary for the week, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple for giving me the platform. And thanks a lot for talking me through all these events that will don't take place in the salon. And the advice we don't give regarding the airport and some other things and the passengers them. Regarding this issue in the salon, I believe all this become about to transparency. Which I mean, especially at the area of debt. You could ask why debt relate to all the way they talk. So if you say the transparency of your debt, where you go take, where they talk in a sovereign debt, when a national debt, and that the way you get for either foreign and domestic, there is no area wherein you set up a plan. For say then debt they are therefore take them in two conditions. If I go for debt, make I know say then why I not to short-term debt for long-term project. And when you do debt for short-term debt then for long-term projects, where you're not able to forget the cost, where the service of that borrowing day, that rates the way they get in and get for pay for the entire. And then you not transparent again to the one that way now you so-called citizens and the one that we now stakeholders and who that and concern the service areas them where they need for go for them debt there. You can find out the debt they can always cause you for let you result to inflation. And when you then lead to inflation, when you get economic problem or you get instability, it is because of many reasons now what you don't miss from them debt to the day, how you go prioritizing debt, how you go use them, and when I go. But you realize that the main source of debt again, why would they always go to them debt there? Now, most of the time, the reason why, if you remember, there is an issue of you having the crisis for the debt force. Then you get, first of all, your rate because you they get a rise in your interest rates, your tax rates, like the interest rate where you see now, wouldn't the increase inside the NatCom or from previous shipping things that wouldn't they go on, GST, tax from all areas they will not be, some people even they know, tax from Kana Airport, then things that when the sequence from the early time of you come on a power and then one then they don't increase. And once you don't see then interest rate then you dey get decline. And most of the time, what you dey try for get, you get for need capital. Because that capital, if you not get it in the marketplace, or the central bank no will give that capital to people that will get forget. Or this capital where they can in two forms. When they get the GDP, because you get for work on the GDP. In GDP, sometimes they come. When you can inside, that money then where they come up from Boku rates where you go see say that particular interest or that particular export credit from your main things and what you get, they put them through the central bank, and the central bank find a way for involvement in the market. So when that link clear the day, they find out there's a problem. If you remember the governor one of the time when he talked now, one of the mainstream media when they interview and talk about the request where we don't make them go get export credits in terms of the area where we mineral export. He said we don't first forget that contract, they will pass all the sales and the credits and they come inside as GDP, so it will help the forex. He said, but it not succeed. So what you will know that now, the government gets a separate GDP fund where they get, and how the forex they come through around they will not know. So that in and around the existing areas, there's two factors there. When they don't lead you, for let you inflow of your capital not come to a one source where you will forget it for trade and marketing. They get emerging markets, get like the NatCom, they get free-sell, you get QSL, then they come. Then where then they get fear of the economy. What they could do in return? Then they get the dollar and then they decide to export the dollar to foreign areas that wouldn't go storm. So when this person do a transaction, the dollar they count to the central bank. The dollar no they count directly to the commercial banks. So you left that gap they were in the shortage of dollars the day, and then the supply of another need much, then people begin to chase them. So what did happen? The baseline don't dump. So the continuous market that would resist that sales and that would import, then they get a deficit when you baseline of that currency, they go. So now for now they find out the inflation they go because of dollar in the base markets and the base rate they get from dollar. No, they work. We know they get a much of export credit with the car inside. So what do they expect? Government, they find ways for letting go raise money, then they go back, then they put more insult to the wound by doing what again? For increase again more of the interest rate, like what the system they do with NatCom. Then they say, well, the budget, when they be asking trade, they want a budget, we not go give una give for fair way for fair money. So we're finding ways to find money. Now two things. You they ask for the GST. You they ask the people in that come back for go above whatever you call an house, now floor rate or floor something. Then you begin to complicate matters. The point to say they come back to the GST. The GST, now for let government get interest rate. You see the one with the percentage of that one at the airport. Now in the complaint say, well, people they don't complain of the service after a few things, well, let them investigate. Because they set modules based on things and what they say like go able to get a data of investigation where we able for know I see who side the economic flow they go or familiarity of the market in the way you define as your own fiscal statement the way they can out the budget way they can give whoever tell about the real debt transparency so that people with economic area they will advise or they get the so-called oversee or the so-called area who will look into that fiscal policy where you're able for make because they give evidence of your debt. So they're not able for work on. Why are they give this example? Similar like in the UK. What happen when they own problem the council on and off? Because everybody get an eye on whose debt whether they go take. The debt then they go take for can cover all the problem there. It don't surpass the GDP when they get the other things. Now they ask who side you will get the money for cover this debt. It's because the transparency is there. Not only because of the policy first I talk about, the why people in the alert, any step when they take, they say, no, tell you why they pull that money for cover that particular 45 billion pound sterling who will have a deficit. So this is what I talk about. See that one day African developing countries therefore try become transparent with their debt the way they do. They become accountable. Because when you look at a meeting when they get in 2000. Get a meeting at in October in December 2020. Then call this group here on an African Economic Conference, one for African countries, and are regarding all the things there because you get the ECSL, you get all other groups there, but then they talk about say now the depth and transparency and accountability now able they concern about that one day, and then they see say people. Countries that will soon go to distress. They will go to distress of debt. That was all the way in 2020 before even the COVID now they become so serious. Then highlight 80 countries who don't default and more. So you see the interest rate and begin to tell them, they give the statement. Because this statement, they tell them based on the African peer review mechanism, debt accountability, where they for credit rating. I believe say the person have been one Mr. Mishek, now they give the statement. But who they don't go by meeting there? Would they read the APRM, then they talk then you, but all they are talking about, then they only talk about policies when are for secure political security instead of policies when are growth will require stability. Because the growth and stability now then they talk about, remember every country get new problem when are the reason for inflation. That's why they see the inflation rate is different from different countries. So blaming on certain things sometimes the factors there they are not mostly external, they are local. And when they are local, you know go look at go able for cushion. Where in the inflation, we not say it go now, but you know go to a hyper and galloping inflation. This I believe say people they try for say, not the external factors you know they influence you, but what thing be done they in place where you go get in alarm. This not something where just expose all the masking of behind faults and the hide behind something. When the problem don't come now at a point where it's stretched, we don't become distressed because there was economic problem. But because of this thing don't come now, will not be put things in place. We will hold them shock there. Now Friday the final say, will they go directly now on external problems and see that the factors they want and they instead of we look to local factors. But when you find out the government begin to do interest rates and begin to look into how people in debt then go able for debt they on debt to them go able for deal with them and then they put factors them things they will not for just secure policies they will for just show almost long get security or long can get way the PR system will work so that we don't fail on the economic problem. Maybe now no fail strategy, not political strategy, not for growth, but they pretend it's going to be for growth. But how we were able to prove, say, this will lead way to growth. After 4 years, you don't get strategies that we don't bring for the economy. So people are going to question, say you get another agenda or something it help with for let people then go before this method where they bring come. So you as the executive body, you can for stand down and look say make her involve people in economic development. Even the development and economic planning minister at some point, even they deliberate on two things. Say you get for day in between say well you can see sometimes the PR system it will be make where people and go they ask and duplicate work go there. So it measure that part there of a disadvantage. So then they talk about say again it will help people and forget. But you they find out say when they talk about this, remember some of them political parties there, they scatter all over. When you look at the NGC, what you make them get 4 seats only, despite them being get 8% more than the C4C. C4C they get 4%, but they get 8 seats because C4C they concentrate on corner area. But NDC they be try for spread out. Then you way where they scatter all over. So you see that then you PR system, not favor them if something like that come inside. You go only go favor them if they say when the percentage, now you go work. So when the percentage work now, that's in the NDC go get more seat than C4C based on the percentage of the area. So these are sometimes complicating, but it all comes down to how we go try sit down. We try look at the way we go choose public spending. And when we choose public spending, we get for most anything we do now for growth, it require. Anything we put money power for that, it will require growth. So when it require growth, we deal with the market. So that they one day that believe say then we able for look because we don't exceed the rate when you see the threshold of the GDP enough for past 60% or 50. So most of the African countries, and I don't know how far we on day, because the debts there will not get in total for them will get transparency. For them will know if then why the percentage, except World Bank can do a guess where in go inside. Then they ask now for let the transparent let people help them for debts. Because recently there was a meeting where AYV they run, and they ask for let people help them for debt. The people who they do the talk for the debt, they say, we cannot if there is no transparency, we're going to work out the math for how we go do. So there needs to be a transparency for una own decision, for una own future involvement, for let una go able to get something, we go able for match and unlock consumer spending. Consumer spending, now then get for look into what people and they spend, how then they live their life. Not only bringing policies, when I forget taxation, where it is one of the source of government revenue, we all know, but you get for look. Remember, we know they deal with GDP. We know they know what in they go up and that iron ore, that cobalt, what they mine now. All them things they have. And they see again, the people that waiting at the mining, recently, they are complaining, say they said they get problem with the way when they deal with them. Then they go from one place to the other because they put interest rate on them. What do you expect from like platinum and other group in Akono? You expect say when they get that interest rate money, they tell them about me that dollar. When they sell them produce now passionately, not through the central bank, that GDP will for don't come directly to una, then they save them because in the fear of liquidity for let them know we lost. In case of something happen, how then will go out. Like something we get in case of something happen, that this you go do. Now that trade day, now in they go on with this all the inflation, it go because the dollar it out in some different way, it's frozen. The one they wouldn't they keep her, ministers and they keep her for free bag in case until you don't succeed or you are wrong. Only one and they are causes, but it all come down to transparency. Let them try help with so they will unlock consumer spending. So that the people then go sit down, they agree for getting national development plan, other than bringing strategies the way they say no more PR, this, that, tomorrow, then go get the wrong person at the wrong place, because at the end of the day, when I say, well, you represent that place for we. Maybe that person is not competent for that role day. So let them try, then they see how they will able to do where we will develop and go before we will see that economic growth and stability. Those things that they can for na security no more for their own policies, but not to security for growth. Security for growth, now with the demand, and let God help we where they not going to go and decision, they would deal with every day. People then get for work their brain, and they are working their brain. They get for working their brain now. How the money they get for the calculator, the new money, they not even get and circulate. Then they calculate their brain without they get for know how government get for can't decide for it. Now you even give problem to the parties because the parties then they change their strategies of campaign. They get for change their strategy of campaign because you know who campaign again as an unit to do. I get for campaign as the party because they are going to vote for the party in color, not for the patient. So all the things there they create stress among everybody. So you don't always bring things, we will bring a smooth running, let God help the nation, let will leaders and think. Thank you, sir. And sorry about the delay. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, Big Mike, what's in you get for we?
It is what it is. But all jokes aside, Mohamed Kone, the way when I want destroy our constitution will get, the only one we will get. When I don't turn into tissue paper. We say you and President Bio can just come on and announce anything. Now you self get for announce say President Bio don't lost. Yeah. I will tell you this again, Mohamed Kone. And to all the opposition politicians, they wouldn't sell out. Una decision on that parliament day. Think they wanna for raise una hand and for think they wanna for discourse. I know they do. When all the opposition party they wanna don't sell out. Especially you, Cherry Coco. But now just wait after this election. Would they get rid of all una the bad politicians in the other country? Would they destroy this country? Would they undermine this country? Would they get rid of una? Yeah. To you, demand for what's the name against self? Demand for corruption. Una Ben Kelfala. All the corruption would they go on soon in this country, yeah. And we don't tell people them from way back, say this man I fake. But I believe say when I don't begin to see him. When I don't see him now for say this guy is fake. Yeah. And to you, the bank governor, we don't contribute between you and President Biona don't contribute and the parliament and I don't contribute for destroy the economy in that country there. Now for radio, if they give we back all we money, all this money we don't auction so this dollar the way they auction so would they auction them to if they give we and back, ma, yeah. Not to we tell you for Lego auction, we own dollar there, yeah. And to the minister there, and the Minister of Agriculture, all the other ministers, they wanna know they do a job. Una just dey for libele. Una they give back all una salary the way they don't pay una. Yeah, because we put una there for do something. Una know they do una job. Una just dey for libele. And now petrol price they go up, rest price don't go up, everything don't go up. But President Bio not that he been promised the people in other country there. He promised the people a change. And the change what they see and the change for the worse. Me, I advise you, if you're not able, just like how the Prime Minister in England do he resign. If you're not able, resign. Not can change to PR system. We're not to not to the PR system you use. Only you can have power. Not to the PR system they use. You then have power, so not to PR system put in a power today. And today they change all things in that country today. They destroy the constitution we'll get. The same constitution we they use for putting a power. When I remember the thing they wanna do so. The thing they wanna do so, not the bad politician in that country. The thing they wanna do so. The Sierra Leonean people they get for turn against una. Yeah? They get for rise against una. One of them bad politician in that country. They wanna destroy this country. Yeah? I hope see all the people in the south, the east, the north, the west, wanna wise up. Wanna wise up and put Salon force. You know, the reason why I not be contribute all in this because I be just frustrated with all things they go on in the country. You get bad politicians where they in cahoots with this government, where they destroy the country. Completely they destroy the country. Nobody know they talk. All man just dey for support. Una know they watch and see what they go on back. Una know they see. And when they continuously destroy Salon, then they destroy Salon to the ground. Today una know they will open a yellow na see. Una just the support party there. Una wise up, Sierra Leone. Una wise up. Una wise up. Una are very, very intelligent people as a Sierra Leone. We're very intelligent. Una wise up. And I'm your contribution and the triple A.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Nobody know they rise up and nobody. Wait till each for vote, you go vote. You can't sit down and you wait till then you report. Yes, Umar, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A. I mean, I don't know what's in Michael problem because the issue in Salon, I say this all the time, not to SLPP one main issue. Now, there's now APC and SLPP. God. This country, they reach to a point, the damage where they were going to end up don't cost. It get for reach to a point, Pass the one with the length with the money or the entire war. Just don't know and say, una would forgive una. Anything una owe you una take out. Because we don't go, who's how they pull out? Who's how they pull out? United States will get 300 and something million population. You know how much they get? The Senate now 100. The House now how much? Not about 400 and something or 500 and something. Population of 300 and something. Yeah, we get Sierra Leone. Well, me not even believe say we reach 8 million. All being ego. And as by Chroma graph, increase more districts then. Now, matter be for gain a member of parliament then, we go surpass the opposition so that anything we intend that before them, it get the support for passer. We see how that well. Now, this step don't come. Because he not been get chance to do that because at the time, he not been an opposition, so he not go do that. So what he do when he take over? In case 10 of the other one, he put line at the head, he move them with that fake system with them. Who say you don't ever see that? For say, if we find out that this candidate win illegally or he do something illegally, the court say, therefore remove them, not for go back and do a by-election. But because he knows if they do by-election, APC go win all them 10 seats that they back, what do he do? He say, well, now, so, and as my Micromaster been do that now, put your ball or whatever. So, Mr. Now they can do. So, now, would that we can second? Obviously, we will not say, then are the major opposition. So, now the candidate that are the big second and all them places here, they take over. Just for gain. Now, I don't say this training. That midterm census with them they do and all them other things. The man they try for create things and so that because he knows say then 10 citizens they wouldn't take now APC then they're not gonna forget them 10 citizens again because now APC they're stronghold. So when they say election start June 23 next year, APC they get a citizen they back. So now it figures how now I will get another citizen for surpass them. Now make it out that midterm census, boundary delimitation and all this. But we've got come up behind a little bit, they run out of time, then they don't call this guy say, now where do we go? Because the guy don't talk say August 10, the registration all cause of chaos, so we'll not get enough time. So you could ask the guy, well, where do we go from here? He said, well, now this we need for do. All this now for create how many parliament? Because this is another part of the budget will they talk about, the bloated budget. Because then new member of parliament will get for camp 2023. Because Boku get for camp. Boku get for camp. APC get for increase, SLPP get for increase according to what the man say. Because they go now by percentage. Maybe even all the other political parties them according to them, if you right, that's something for bring member of parliament then. Who would that for pay them? Now that same copper. So that gap will go up because the gap for pay them. The gap for pay them people on there. The already bloated budget we will get. The gap for pay them people on there. And maybe if he win in the bill, he go can hire more people and go create more offices than that. For some of the one them where they work out briefcase right now in Africa, we not get nothing. They got for create offices for them. So this is not the thing. Mother they not get family. A woman and picking them with them in born and not raise them. Because some of them think that they look somebody where if you raise a family, you get wealth and picking them. You able how you because then they're not like a government. You know, because like one guy picking them, you don't know today say, okay, today on we they eat bread, now this would they eat. Or me picking one volleyball, or me picking one do this. But you know what? Before I go now, kids foot locker, La minimize. Money no dey for gonna kids foot locker. I go for gonna Burlington. Or I go for gonna na Ross. La go look because the shoes one we for buying na kids foot locker na $180 or $200. La go na Ross. Maybe I go go see something there where I go get for 20. I like a government. It don't get that idea they for figure say, you know what? Things they need to go right. Now yeah, we see one old minister of information, this telecom business who they talk about. Marabi Ogona Parliament, he tell everybody say that company they do very well. Less than 3 months, a minister go tell we the Australian people about say that this company will be about for sell them or will they hand over this somebody because we they run bankruptcy, we need to make money. And they cost our country a problem. And we go say, well, you and him, would they tell me the truth? He tell me now, I say, when you open parliament, he said, this company, they destroy, they do well. Now you, they can't tell me, say, this company, they do well. Would they tell me the truth? He said, well, I mean, the big one at the house. See? Just like what you be the top. Now, Eastern me grew up. I grew up now from the road. Palioko Street, Bombay Street. Now, Moab, I grew up. Now, don't be to go play ball. Oh, small. If you go down Moab, not to outside the long step, but outside that big tree there, you go a little bit to your right. Now, they don't throw away needle leander from time immemorial. From time immemorial, not to now business. This is not common sense thing. You go able to get company now, we get their needle container, sharp container, then the way you go carry. In fact, they're not going to ship them now. They don't need self for ship them now. Company, they don't want to carry the equipment and whether they destroy them, and the same thing with their equipment and whether they use now surgical room. Then get them machine in there for sterilize them, then get them a salon. Then they take one gray needle, choke 5 people then. I absolutely agree with Tony. You sick na salon, they die quick. They say na somebody don't like you, like that friend. Right now, this bubble where they suffer, so Musa to be put on over its man just to the go with them. But what did they don't say? Whether they say with human, they would not the village way come out, now the first girlfriend will be the get. Now that you don't depend. Inside this nation, they go, we get opposition when they do anything. We get opposition when not care. Because now waiting themselves we don't do. Now this guy they do. This guy not get. I don't know who side this nation they go. Everything they go look Ghana. How things are then they say they look up for something on Facebook. The new hospital. I don't know if like university hospital. When you look at it, they see some hospital that says in America now we need to compare with. I don't know if it's not true. Look who side Ghana they go. Now Ghana now they get the money because when you fumble sickness, what they do? You send dollar. Intel take that dollar, it go to Ghana for good men. So now would I get the dollar? Now Ghana. What thing they bring that then people are there? Because if you've been build good facility in a salon, then dollar I will they send for long people are going to hospital. Now salon being forget $10 then they. But now Ghana they get up because every Sierra Leonean and Nigeria too. Every Sierra Leonean and Liberian, now Ghana they go. So now Ghana they get all the money that they go with the Sierra Leonean and then they like because I got a lot of Liberian, and that's about the same thing. Now Ghana they go. How Ghana overtake we this so fast? Because now we been get the world, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia. How Ghana pass we so fast? When me remember when Ghana man be the fed for that 72% soup. Ghana might be a fet for grab. I remember with the Ghana footballer that became a salon. I wore them up to Mensa, Bemotti, Kofi Inti. Then Ghana had the fet pan Colgate toothpaste. Now Ghana today so. I don't know what thing they go on as Sierra Leone, but this not a done deal. Then go for bring more people in. Then go for bring more people in the parliament. Then go for put them back now the wage bill. But you don't give up. You know. Somebody they say resign. Would that first of all, not forget about someone. When anybody don't ever hear about any African nation where the president resign or minister they resign. Because if not anybody we care about a nation, now I'm going to say where people with man not let too much disgrace. Now we got problem now right now where they go on LA with city council. That way I'm not to corruption. Then just catch them and I two on pass for 2 years ago. Then catch them 3 people here. Then they talk racist talk about one other councilman with married black woman, then one black beginning, the Kogusadi man. The audio then they leak. And all the 3 are Democrats. Joe Biden, and the first person will send message to them for resign. The woman need to resign. The children then say they need to resign. Not to come on pressure in the back panel. That's enough for resign. It's not to corruption. They just make secret audio but racist. Which black man will resign? But I'll be another for Duam. Look, the other trouble in the campus panel people here. How today now 5 people and call me in a salon. That's in the way they talk. So that make about 9,000 baht or 5 or 1 or 4,000. Let them they pay. Now it don't go to 22,000. 22,000 about 25,000. What side they go put out? What side they go put that one in there? Work no day. What side they go put 20? Two of them they pay for 2,000 about 3,000. Now I don't go to 20-something thousand. Let God help me, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Let we write say Tintranga without writing Tintranga. And somebody say, hey, don't call a spade, yeah? Tintranga, bing. Yes, soldier for righteousness. What do you get for us?
Good evening, everyone, and good morning. Was I ever on a day within a good morning right now? Well, you don't see the word Tintanga. That's a lot for people them. And the leaders then within at the front line, they make it any better for them, you know. But the point I want to go to, one of the points I want to go to, now waiting the president to be say, I don't know who if he go talk, go speak where he say, he tell the people and say, if they vote for him, he go make sure no import rice again as salon, you know. But I mean, how many machines then don't can a salon what we don't see for farming business, rice farming?
Okay, I'll just epic small soldier for righteousness. Then na be the World Food Day, na Kabbalah then be celebrate them. Now the president talk say after our next election when you win, we'll not go import rice again. Now they talk
Okay. Way past the win. You know. Well, that that statement there alone. What about then we take a trip now, I don't know, Vietnam, for go find out how to do farming, how for farm a rice for the nation, you know, and then come back and not see then get any report about that. But let no use the people that are intelligent, you know, because of then the way I don't really understand the way they run salon. I feel to say that they play with the people that are intelligent. Because we don't we understand, and then they deprive the people them. You know, the government they deprive the people them their right, and then basic things them where they need forget. Whether election or no election, there are things and where them for the push for development, not a country there. For develop the country, then don't forget a agenda. You know, like just say example. Today I be the watch former Prime Minister of Israel. Where be they explain how in your fathers there, Bibi Netanyahu, he be a 3-time Prime Minister. He said, in fathers them build the nation. And then young generation, they secure the nation. So I see how other nations then determine their urgency for the country and the people. You know, I just use that there as example. How Salon when a small country na the West Coast, where they forget that urgency there, where for be one of the strongest na the West Coast of Africa, You know, even if political differences they between them, but the people are not for deprive them right, them basic needs them, development always for the move on, for waiting the people they need, areas them we need for develop, like where other contributor them we don't talk, water, light. The school they spend money per education. All that money and time with them they don't spend. Then for be use them for renovate all the government school them and update them. Put if not technology, light, update them and expand them. Then go start a whole new program again where the one already where they on no they work. So it's like now a whole like if another presidents come, salon they start all over again because the other administration they come in and they can shack only one then they. So other than they be now the people in back they can start all over because no get an agenda. Then get for sit down and get an agenda for the nation, how they want move the nation forward, how they want compete with their neighbors them, who side they want for see themselves. If not, we're gonna get this conversation here, they complain, dissatisfy, look the mama them like I said before. Things just they go up, the market woman there. Where they cry all the time, all day in the market. Government no care. They don't care about them people and them citizens there. But they dress fine, go show themselves like the international world. But you don't care about your citizens them. For you left them, let them take care of themselves. But how them go take care of themselves, where the basic, what they need, we forget the edge, no they. Or bring and come, put on there. Ministers them they go out for find a way for bring come manufacturers, investment, new ideas. College students them they graduate. Where the hope? So it's like they don't fail. I don't go say we generation. Now they don't fail the one that we did it. Because we were there out here, thanks God we get a job. Don't fail we generation. Right now, the one that we did it. Now they focus on the small picking there. They prepare them. That's good. But what about the one that we did it right now when we age group them? Late 30s, 40s. If they can't take over, or right now, waiting that they left behind, waiting at the example, waiting they learn. The other thing come to mind again. Salon people, with people in a salon, they lack a lot of things, discipline, skills. I don't know if now information, they get enough information because there is too much dramas that go on where maybe they lost sight of waiting they need for focus on more than too much foolishness, if I can use that word. And it a lack. So if person want for promote na yourself and go invest na salon, we afraid. We they say because of their thinking, the way they think, the mindset, in need for change. Somebody need for train them. Somebody need for talk to them. Somebody need for influence the society again and change the society again because their mind, certain part of the society mind don't damage. Because just like one time you use a word, say we people are vulnerable. Anybody can buy them anytime and then can do things anytime, then later on then regret it and sit down. No get loyalty. No get discipline. I mean, it's just too much where there is things where governments can put together. Now then they run the country. They signed up for say they want work for the nation. Now when they deprive the people and they become God on top of it. to God, servant for the nation, for the people them. Let them happy for say, yes, this minister and a good man. Some of them, then a road where they don't live in that area there for 15 years. They rather drive in that road there, get pothole, and open the gate to go inside and drive, come back out in that road there where we're not good. And not get the sense for say, you know what? If we be attractive in my area, light for them in my own area as a minister, road for done, I will go do this. They click in the head for saying that then duty, then they elect them for build the nation and pass on to the next generation. So if not build the nation, now the same thing back that they can left now the next generation they earn when them back pick up. You they get me, Triple A. So thank you very much. Let God bless we and let God help we nation and we people and pull we nation out of this condition here where it there and put the good leader then there in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ezekiel, they call you. Where you at? You don't come? You get the platform, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. Sorry about there's so much thing we've been going. Me when I been listening to a lot of things away, it really helpful. And we hope that the young people and will continue for listen and put some action behind the advice that we people and they give all the time. On Saturday, I just want to remind and say everything get time and it change every day, And so waiting you they suffer today, tomorrow it not gonna be the same. But for let tomorrow be different, you get for begin for put some things in place where you go make things and change. Things and get for be difficult and it will continue for be difficult as long as the world still they at this kind of way how things they go. So you when a young person right now we get small opportunity in Sierra Leone. Now the 10 this year for begin learn how for prepare for the 10 we thing to get difficult. If you they get small thing and then next come you go hang out in a place where you go spend then 15, 20, 30,000 leons, you for begin cut them down. I'm not gonna say stop totally because the place where they go themselves in a business. But I want let you begin for prepare yourself because this again for continue for be harder. I know say it very discouraging for Yeri, but you need for Yeriam. Because you know go area from the politicians, then go continue for lie and make switch talk, and then when the changes come, then just they make up you buy it. So you get for begin for prepare yourself. If you they get small money, who say they go hang out for go hang out and spend money? How about you cut them down to 2 days, and then the following month you cut them down to one time? And at a certain point, you want for cut them off totally. Because for release yourself from things that we don't use them over and over, it's very difficult. So I'm not gonna lie. So the way they spend money on a way they look and say, I don't really need this. You get for begin for cut from that and begin save. You get for begin save, begin save. In that process. I want to let you know, say, anything where you they do, you want for get a mindset where they try for do the right thing. Because our country, things they happen now, where where would they sit down and wonder why this they happen. All man they on fire. No day, and that respect to what they talk about. It begin from the leaders they move. If they do something wrong, as he talk no more, so tell not to you, the one that self way then they around and then they slap you. Like say then self not know saying a bad thing than they, But for let you act like how that person they act, expect for let change happen, it no go work. If that person they misbehave, that no mean say you for misbehave. Meanwhile, you get for know that person the way you want act like in get all the power right now, and in get all the kabudu then way then they around that way then they enforce anything we then want let we in want let them enforce from her. You get for begin for prepare yourself. You not young person. If you want for let you tomorrow better now today, you know that talk the way then they tell we say the way I make it be now so they lay down power. Not true. So you get for prepare yourself. Even the idea for say you they go school now for go study. Today they can give you free grade. Tomorrow if they come with things that for let you do, somebody hire you because time they change you. The place today where they go then they as we continue, God continue for bless we now so we they turn we face for Lord we go do something under. Me no go do something under and I want for hire somebody, then you can sabi what you for do. It not the work. January, February, I tell family members then plainly say now this is what they can for can do, but if you not get the qualification, you never get that. Some of them don't begin go school back because you get that's the truth. So you get for begin for prepare yourself. With other people and they just they run around, then just they run around. You for begin for listen to people and all the people are waiting they tell you story. That thing where they've been doing experience. If you talk to AAA how you manage to them, it will begin for tell you the story and the hoops and way don't jump. So that means you not begin 10 things and today and everything blossom. No, it go through hoops, tooth and nail, and up to this time they go through them. They know. You know the glamorous side no more that they see. I want be that brother. When you begin lay that foundation day. Not begin follow people away. They everything open for them. You not open for you now for go. If even it's not village you day, respect the people away they with. What is the one let una do una make sure you do with all your heart. Somebody there somewhere where they look you they do all this. Where the opportunity come now you force them to look for. If you know about the Bible, David now bush been there where they take care of in sheep and animal there, where he commoded and go conquer Goliath and boom, all of a sudden it became a household name. Now the army, not been there now the outside they run with everybody or for do anything where they do for enjoy. No, it been there na bush. Nowadays you can call it a village. Training self, they do. So my second point is anything where you they do now for work hard in the sense that work effectively for let know for let become professional at that. That when the opportunity come, you go be that person. Then call on all you show up, you do overtake them. Why? Because you spend all your time diligently for work hard, study hard, and work with truth. You not fake them, you not try for dupe people them. Opportunity come, God they pull you out there. So this not the time for let we begin for change ourselves from the attitude. If you see say leaders then they do them, you want to them, it not go take you anywhere. You want for be leader tomorrow, now today you for begin leader foundation day. Thank you so much, Triple. God bless.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, what are we talk to?
This na Mohammed Sharif Tarwali, based na Ojuku, but somebody now, I did na Dubai.
Okay, so waiting you want for laying a table?
My own concern about we brother them, we na the youth sector, na they need day. Number one, we brother them, they're too lazy. How? They meet papa don bills, mama they sell, all them depend, then focus pala post day. I dey give them new scenario. New scenario, I meet papa don bills, mama get, I tell them say, family property, not to me property, I defend me own. That give me inspiration. And more time if you grab up so, you go you bull, defend me own. Education, like how we minister talk, say, if you pick person go from 6, else you don't get basic. You go learn another trade. What you can see na Dubai, now they explain so. When you learn another trade, it will develop you to the way that you know go say, bra you body. Every day you call somebody bra you body. Now I don't can Dubai. I dey suffer forget money. What I go this some colleagues that were left when are the same age group, then get for call because of one thing. I get money. They no know how I can spend the money. How I dey suffer forget the money. But na salon a day we allow this skill we I can implement na Dubai so when na electrical. Not to Dubai I can implement that. And na salon I spend the money I will pay for Canada Dubai. My brother and sister them when are youth before una should done so. The government na so they do. This government na so they do. Focus, go learn trade. That you don't go take 5 years na college. My friends they all go school. Na me na the only one with them college. So man, but we always learn this education where we all grow up. Where we sit from 2006. He say na you na the only person we success. He say you succeed quick because right now you get old, you get pikin, now you don't travel. What was that? Now waiting I be don't grab up with for say another day under person. My papa don't born. It put me school. And I use my own aid for accept what my papa do for me. I accept say this what you do for me good. And man no she don't now they attack base, them gomba. You know, then they all they make they mislead with the youth them. Bravo taking a go buy for you 50,000 but you don't get man give 20,000. Now all the blame we don't cast to government, not to government. We cast the blame on we self for say we don't take from class 1 to SS3. You don't take close to 9 years or 10 years na school. Why you not go use 4 years for go learn trade? Pass you say if the people are not get money for sending go college, all man for go college. Now in the problem now we country right now. What me don't study what I can at Dubai. Dubai you see any Pakistan, Indian, even the home base they want at Dubai there. They need go back to school. They go learn trade. They learn different type of trade. To buy labor, now they see in a laborer, in a welder, in a driver. Now I can learn for drive. It's factory what work. They say you know sabi drive. How you get for drive because you get some machine then I drive you get for drive there. You no get for go LP. They learn me by force. 2 weeks then they learn me. I don't sabi now. But Sierra Leone we go Shidon, we see na driver, the same kind youth they go drive. You know you can meet hey oh man, this okay the land, I want land now. How I go about time? For make you will direct me this so. This kilo we see we make kalu na our country. Now then they support them country that will they come and suffer so they left today. If me outside the Leone, right now outside the Leone, God na witness, na hospital bed, na they are the Leone, na they are the suffer right now so. But why go salon? Me na JC, nobody know for say I be the suffer, but because I care good the money. But what in me one big with people them out we all on travel, let we try go Sierra Leone and let we try put institutions them. Let we build schools them, not to school for say you go JSS one institution schools them. Now they will go build now country. No brother the type of trade we don't can see now and we will develop a country. Now the advice that they know what I get from my brother there. Make them forget about politics, forget about president, forget about government. Yeah, nothing the place they can pass so need to know say. Because all man focus on business. If you don't learn electrical, man show other person way for learn electrical. I do an salon. I learn somebody a salon, what can I Dubai? I make sure in back can I Dubai. He pay half of the money, I pay half of the money. Now he dey work. I don't help the family, I don't help the country. Now so we for develop the country. But some of the brother them from the left side, she don't different side. Now the world, many they will focus for salon again. They chop no more. The government no good, this government no good, our government no good. What you don't do for the country, where you go put name say this, now I don't do. Now then they need a baby brother, they don't come out. No, we offer one, we develop salon. Thank you, thank AAA.
All right, thank you. Also, we'll left here today. Hey, look how much o'clock. Hey, don't do it. Anyway, the weekend is upon us. Whatever Sierra Leone holds for us next week, hey, gladly, with open arms, we go take them in. Eh? Maybe tomorrow, AYV on Sunday go there because the last time they say the one they wait for the guests they not been there. Now one person show up. We go join them if they come up tomorrow. Go there back Monday. Make sure you rest too. Not for that skipole. This guy not the rest. Rest for me, huh? Yeah. Rest for me. Then I hope you're busy. Maybe on something else. But not too bad though. Till we meet again next week. Let we all rest well and enjoy the time.